It's July 29th, 2012, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to episode 342 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also with me today is Stryder. How you doing today, Stryder?
Hey everybody.
Hey, and we also have with me Welshy. How you doing, Welshy?
Nah.
Hey, so before we begin, let me remind you all that this show was recorded live. Anything can happen, and you are now a part of it. And we'll be talking about all kinds of gaming topics this week, so hopefully Welshy will post a relevant URL into the chat window, if you care. And for the other links that are posted, wouldn't be going to them, although there's not a lot of people in the chat room today. It seems like a very, very, very quiet day, and as from what I hear, it's because Flash decided to implode on itself and with the latest update, so you will not have any audio if you have updated. Tisk tisk. Finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes, but I don't think there will be any thunderstorms. That has passed, thank goodness. So, how is everyone today? Yeah.
Tired.
I know.
Yeah,
Sunday, end of weekend.
I'll concur with that.
Yeah, well, got some interesting topics to say the least. And you're going to want to stick around as they get crazier. But we'll get there. I'm going to start off with with some Windows 8 stuff here. It turns out that it is true. Valve does listen to us because they are now repeating the exact same things that we have been saying all along. Windows 8 is going to be a catastrophe for everybody. Yeah.
Puppet Masters over at Valve got Gabe to speak that.
We've been telling you. It is, you got a good point there, Grind Time. If it's, well, I don't know, a decent point there. I still think that we should be upgrading whenever we can and giving people new features as opposed to not giving out anything at all. So, you know, even if it's not broke, give us something new. But we've been talking about how Windows...
gimmicks.
Yeah. I want a
Seriously.
tablet operating system on my PC. Are you kidding? No, I don't. I don't want that. And that's what this is going to be. It is going to be something with all these special swiping maneuvers, making it real easy for you to get back and forth between your files and your home Windows 8 page. But if you have a mouse...
Because it's so difficult at the moment.
If you have a mouse, you're going to be banging yourself on the head with it, trying to figure out how to get around. Go out there, look at some of the videos. Look at some of our past episodes that talk about Windows 8, and we go through exactly what you're going to go through. Sitting there, scratching your head, trying to figure out how to get back to a certain screen because the screen you just went to wasn't what you thought it was going to be, even though it looks the same as what the Windows 7 is.
Yeah. We're trying to save you much grief here. That's us looking out for you. See, big hearts. That's what we got. Big.
And if you stand up for it now and don't purchase it, you are going to be standing up for the rest of America, saying we don't want this crap.
Stop
Microsoft.
giving us shit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what we're going to say.
You know, I guess I should also point out something I wasn't actually going to put into the topics, that this week I'll have a better chance to fully review and understand the comparison of tablets, because as you guys already know, I have an iPad that I recently got, right? Well, I'm doing work on it. Very important work. Making money, man. And now I've got the Nexus
Technology
7 as well.
prostitute.
Yes. So here's the Nexus 7. Will this work? Will this open up? No, doesn't recognize me. Imagine that. So we'll see. I'm getting a better understanding of how the tablets are different and the pros and cons of each. And so this week, or maybe next week, I'll be able to give you the pros and cons of working with them as a developer, because that's also one of the reasons why I have this here. I've already been working with the iPad. You know, I've been doing stuff with the iPhone, and I will be putting stuff out to the Android Nexus 7 to see what the differences are and what the obstacles are, because I am sure I will be running into plenty of those. Not to mention that I'm working with Unity at the same time. Obstacles there, too. Okay. So, yeah, Windows 8, it ain't great. Okay, we need the slogan for that one.
There you go. Microsoft's marketing team is going to jump all over that. Windows 8, Vista of the 2000s.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Another one in the news here.
Windows 8, we could have named it Vista Squared.
Yeah.
Okay. GTA, there's a mod out there, Grand Theft Auto 4 San Andreas. Yes, that is confusing because Grand Theft Auto 4 was not in San Andreas. This is a mod that somebody apparently thought it was very important to redo San Andreas in the latest Grand Theft Auto engine. I don't know if I agree, but good for him.
For her?
I didn't really care for the San Andreas game. It was too suburban. It was. I don't know how to phrase that. This is the mod right here going on, and they're showing it playing. I didn't like it. It was very different from all the other games, and I think it had to do with the setting and the context. You know, we moved back into the latest GTA, and you know, it wasn't the same as the 80s, but it still had that feel of some foreigner coming in and getting stuck in this time period, even though it was like the current time period. You know, once we had the 80s, and now we have this, the Grand Theft Auto 4 in, northern Jersey, southern New York kind of thing. And the next one does look like it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be sticking with that formula that they've succeeded on. I don't know how well this did I think this actually... This San Andreas game, I think actually did sell kind of well, but you know, they're going off of all the other Grand Theft Autos, and they're saying that this mod will be officially released on August 1st, which is very close, Wednesday. And it'll have a beta 3. Will have a multiplayer mode. So, you know, regardless of whether or not I like the theme, I do respect the work that's involved with it. Yeah, it's not like there's a tool out there that makes this extremely easy for this particular.
That's what the console players think.
Well, yes, you see, PC modding is not the same.
They don't think.
It is not.
Ha
changing the configuration file.
Touche.
Yeah. Okay, but if you're looking for something that's interesting to play and it's not going to cost you much, actually nothing at all in this case, Warsow.
Warsow.
W-A-R, Warsow. Thank you. Actually, that's the way I should pronounce it, Warsow. And there's no cows in this one. It is a free FPS game that's available on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS X.
It's a pig shooter.
Fast-paced multiplayer game. It's let's see. Actually, I
First
have
pig shooter.
I don't think it is. Don't listen.
Yeah, it is.
Are there really pigs in this one? Oh, there are pigs.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks. All right. It looks very much like a. I want to say Unreal because of but it's not shiny enough. So I'm going to say Quake. Multiplayer. Right? I don't know. It's a cross between the two, but it's free. So.
It reminded me of Firefall, just because it's cel-shaded and cartoony.
Yeah. Except for the environments, just the characters are.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I can't keep watching that. It's making me a little sick.
Climb the wall, turn upside down.
Oh, no. Not doing that. Good old Prey, that game. That was wonderful, huh? Inverting. Okay, yeah. And there were others, too. All right, another one we have out there is Borderlands. We can talk about Borderlands 2. There's a bunch of news out there. One piece of news that I thought came out this week, and looking at the date, you know, I'm sure it did come out this week, is that Borderlands 2 is supposed to have a 58-hour campaign. 58 hours of gameplay, and that's not you playing each character through the game. That is just one character.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of gameplay, right? So that's
well,
pretty
like
good.
the first one was a lot like that though. It was a lot to do.
There was a lot to do. Was it 50? It was a lot. I don't know. It was probably close to 30 something, 40 hours, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
around there.
it was 50. I don't know. I don't remember. But this one is going to be huge, and it's shipping internationally on September 21st. So we have a couple months before this thing comes out. But I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the first game, and I'm definitely going to get this one. I don't think I pre-ordered it. I don't remember right now. I didn't.
I don't pre-order anything anymore.
No, me
I've
neither.
stopped that. I will not pre-order it, and I don't care about hype. I'm not going to buy a game on release day anymore. Fuck it.
I will.
2 months after.
I will, because
maybe
I want
a year after.
I want the goodies. I want the perks that come along with the game when you do pre-order it sometimes. That's why I got Guild Wars 2 before it came out. Hopefully I play it, but I still don't regret getting it. Borderlands 2, if you go over to Steam, well, actually, before going over to Steam, you can pick up some interesting versions of the game that comes with all kinds of specialty items. But also, Steam is releasing some sort of thing. You'll get 10% off if you pre-order it. So it'll be $54 US dollars, by the way. And you only have till tomorrow to do this, if you're going to do it, all right? And with this, you're going to get a golden key that unlocks some rare items, and I think there was something else. It's a golden gun pack, which, meh, you know what? I don't know if I care if I have a golden gun pack, guns that are all golden. Well, you probably get 10% off.
You want your
after
golden keys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to unlock rare items. Yeah, I do. I think I do. Because then I'm going to get better gear than you.
What could he do? I'm probably not going to play it.
You're probably not even going to play it, I know. You didn't play. I don't remember you jumping in on the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember playing Borderlands.
Well, she did.
I did.
Yeah, we had some good time co-op.
I may actually reinstall the first one again and play it through.
Oh, I'm going to. Because if you remember, we talked about that last week, that if you install the first Borderlands and play it, and when you install Borderlands 2 and it finds a save game, it gives you something. I forgot what it gives you. Right? Wasn't that this game? I'm almost positive.
I think it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I never played the first one all the way through anyway. Yeah.
a
negative
STD.
bank account balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably it. Gives you a credit card bill. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, another piece of news that's coming out with this whole Borderlands thing here, while we're talking about it, I'll show you some demo from the recent, what was this, Comic-Con? GameSpot? Okay. There you go. All right. So also they're talking about having 200 to 300 enemy types. Of course now, remember Borderlands. Remember, they have like 10 guns, but they have almost infinite combinations of those guns. So I'm sure that the enemy types are very, very much like that. And it does make it fun. It makes it interesting, but the game does flow a little bit better when you don't know what kind of enemy you're really going up against and how to fight him exactly until you start fighting him. But it's not as crazy exciting as you might think. 200 to 300 enemy types might mean that they have 20 enemies and different combinations of how they fight you. Maybe different kind of guns that they carry, different kind of pants that they wear. I don't know. Whether or not they're wearing spats.
See, another.
Oh, there it is. It says there will be 15 to 20 separate items with variants. But looking at this picture, that's right. You're going to be able to get into some sort of like mech warrior thing. It looks like a mech warrior. For all I know, it's the walking forklift from Aliens. But but you're in some walking around. The bull loader is what I think it is. They're calling it some sort of transformer that can turn itself into a bulldozer.
Oh, transformer. When a transformer turns into a car.
More than meets the eye, yeah. This is coming out on the PC, PS3, and the Xbox 360.
I wonder why that Transformers never turn into, like, beer steins.
Yeah, why didn't they ever touch that cube to something like that, right? I don't know. Okay.
Duke machine would just be all wigged up.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's keys. Don't know what it would turn into if they were keys, but yeah, okay.
I transform into keys. Can you imagine two Transformers sitting there, in their untransformed state, and they're like, "Yeah, man, great! I transform into this remote control car." And this other one's like, "Yeah, I transform into this sex toy," and this other one's sitting there, he's like, "Yeah, I transform into keys." Wow, man, you got the shit end of the stick.
Yep,
it's like the ginger transformer.
Oh yeah, I turn into a bobblehead of Hartman. Yep. Okay. Really obscure. All right, another game out there. We can talk about. Is that done playing? Yeah, that's playing. Crysis 3 has some sort of video out there. They're calling it an interactive demo, which I think is just a YouTube video that you can interact with in some way or another. And it's long. It's 20 minutes.
It's a choose your own adventure. You get to click on what you're going to watch.
So what I thought is that we would sit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, that is YouTube, right? That was me on YouTube this morning.
Interactive demo. Point and click. Press play to start the demo.
Yeah.
Now watch.
But it gives you an idea what's going on in Crysis 3. Trying to get you interested in it. At least it's going to give you all the beautiful effects. Because Crysis 3, one thing about it, it's beautiful. It is.
I still very much get the feeling they're just making this for the sake of it.
They have to do something in order to promote the game.
Oh yeah, but it's
nobody would talk about it.
Both Crysis games were tech demos for the engine, and then they put another one out without a new engine. It's just kind of like, well, why?
Yeah.
Because EA is involved. That's why.
Shh.
Yes. 10 times the budget for every, or more for PR for every game, right?
Yeah. And they like to turn everything into a franchise.
Yes, and this is
so they can have
definitely
7
another
different
franchise.
games than that.
But in this one, if you go out and pre-order it, Stryder, you'll get yourself an in-game composite bow. Yay. Why I want to shoot with a bow instead of a weapon, or instead of, just strangling people with my hands?
It's quiet.
All right. So yeah, now they also want you to.
Breezy's a bow whore.
Sniping with that thing, yeah, absolutely. I think he is. This game is. They're saying Crytek, the developers of Crysis 3, are out there saying that do not rule out the possibility that this game, which I don't believe them that they're saying this game, is not. It's going to end up on the Wii U. They say it just might show up on the Wii U. I don't know how. And if it does, it's going to play like Welshy's experience last year at the Expo, right?
Yeah. With Crysis 2 on the Xbox, yeah.
Right. Every step he took, something else would pop up in front of him because it would it could only draw 5 feet in front of you, and that was on the Xbox, I think. So
it was, yeah.
The Wii U can handle it? No way. Yes. No, don't Wii me. Wii U. It's a pretty game. Is this the kind of game that I'm going to pre-order? I'm certainly not going to spend 50-something bucks on this game. I'll wait till it goes to 40, and then maybe I'll consider it. Unless somebody turns around and says the multiplayer is so good you got to get it, then I'll do it. Because watching this game, it's starting to look more and more to me like a Battlefield game. Looking through the gun sights and popping out around the wall and killing somebody. Which, I'm thankful to say it's not a Call of Duty game. It looks like a Battlefield game. So that's a plus in my book. Did we see a multiplayer for this? Where is this the game, or is that Far Cry? Where they're constantly popping up, where you get achievements, where you can bomb people and firebomb and.
That was Far Cry, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was Far Cry. Yeah. I get them confused because I think at one point they were the same engine. Certainly seemed like it at the time. All right. So moving on from Crysis, Crysis 3. Battlefield 3 is officially announcing their Aftermath, which I think we talked about a little bit last week. Ooh, not last year. This is going to be the DLC Aftermath, and this thing is supposed to be hitting up in September. No, December, I'm sorry. December is when it's going to be released. With more achievements and dog tags.
And a couple maps and a $30 price tag. Piss off.
Well, no, isn't this a single-player one?
This, I think, might be the single-player edition, which... No, thank you. I never bought this game for the single-player. I bought this game to play with my friends, to play online. And I'm really kind of surprised that they want to do a single-player. I'm really
no, maybe, I don't
think it'll sell. Is it single-player or not? Let's see.
No, Aftermath will add 4 new maps and a new game mode.
Heavily modified troop transports and vehicles. So they're going to really go with heavy vehicles. Achievements and dog tags, which probably means multiplayer instead of single player. There might be some sort of single player addition, but I don't know.
I think they are at some point, but I can't remember which one it was called.
That's right,
because I don't really care.
That's right, Gamer. You can't talk about Battlefield 4. They already are. You have to talk about Battlefield 5. Battlefield 4. Yeah, that's insane. It's insane to think that far ahead. That is EA churning.
Yep, same thing with Crysis.
$50 for 4 maps.
Wait,
what?
$50 for Aftermath? Really?
Battlefield 3 Aftermath is included with Battlefield 3 Premium, a one-time purchase, $49.99.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be but you'll get it like cheaper as a separate. That's the 50.
3 months
for the
down the
premium,
line or
isn't it?
something. At least 2 weeks down the line, I think.
No,
I don't know
price.
How long. No price.
Still, fuck. A $60 game that was worth $40. It was actually only worth $30 because they made you install that crap shit EA
Origin.
So that takes $10 off the worth right there. Could probably take another $10 off the worth for the hoops they make you jump through to even get into a game.
So having a web browser open, you can take
have to have a web
15
browser
off for
open.
me because that annoys me to no end.
And now you're going to charge $50 for expansion packs.
Well, that $50 is for the premium service, which is the where you get all the stats and you get
And you get if they're giving you 5 expansion packs for a one-time fee.
Yeah, so I know it's still like $50 for 5.
Like, piss off! It's $10 then. I mean, but you know what? They keep going like this, they're going to owe me money.
Maybe
I'm going to play your game, you pay me.
Maybe in a year I'll get it, all the expansion packs, if it's really worth it. But no, not now. If we're really bored.
Why? When I can go back to playing Call of Duty World at War, and if I get bored with what's been released, I can go and look online, and someone has made a map for it, and I can play on that map.
Yeah, when did
Why
World
would
of
I want
War-
to pay? Huh?
World of War. That is one of the games that the 3 of us have played after day, like a week or 2 ago we were playing this kind of game. And this game came out in 2008. And we'd still rather jump into this than try and get into Battlefield 3 because we have so much fun playing with the zombies or playing in multiplayer with each other here. It's a good game. It's not just something that was quickly churned out. It was close.
And it's the last
Close to it.
one in the Call of Duty series that supported mod. So.
Right. Last one worth supporting. Okay. Going on to another game here. War Z, the MMO for zombies, is talking about what's going on in their game. Yes, MMO, or the War Z. Actually, I guess you have to say the War Z, right? Or is it just War Z? I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know. In Canada, it'd be Zed.
Yeah.
The War Z? Okay.
Aha.
And
ZZ Top.
Okay, so there was an interview over with PC Gamer, and they're going on talking about the game a little bit, and they're saying how this game is not going to be It's not going to be one of those games where you have to go around and do all these missions. It's not going to be... What was that game that we just played? Dead Island? Okay. It's not going to be like... Yeah, it's not going to be like that game Dead Island where you have to do all these kind of missions and run around and that kind of stuff, which, you know, had its place. It was kind of fun. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. But this one is going to be all about survival. This is going to be an MMO where you have to survive. Now, but they're also going on and talking about how there's different ways to survive. There could be the survival where you go around, you grab as many resources as you can so that you can survive as you hold yourself up into a building or a basement or whatever it is that they have available there. But the other way to go around is to go around and just kill things and survive that way. Go around shooting people. You can do it the good way or the bad way. Now, they say go around shooting people. They don't say whether or not these people are dead or alive. So I don't know if you're shooting people in order to get... No,
whether they're getting at is... I saw I think it was for this, where it was... the tagline or something like, the biggest danger in our game is the people that are still alive. Because you're more, you end up shooting each other to steal their supplies and stuff.
Okay. That's interesting, but it could be very annoying.
That's kind of... Yeah, it's something that kind of has, like, organically happened in that DayZ mod.
Okay.
Where people would, like, some people would team... There's no kind of, like, you have to join me to your party or anything like that. It's just, like, people would decide to group up.
Yeah.
Or they would decide to just shoot everybody. And I think that's what they're trying to, like, get into the whole kind of... If a zombie... That would be quite a prevalent thing.
I don't know if it'll work.
You would probably end up fighting humans a lot more than you'd be,
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work, but it is definitely something that sounds like worth trying. But trying. Not actually sinking $1 million into it and then seeing where it goes. But you know what? It's an interesting idea where you're not just trying to survive against zombies. You're trying to survive in the game's society. Anything goes. And you can group up or you don't have to group up. Except then it gets weird where you start grouping up with people that you don't trust, even though they're in your group. Because next thing you know, you wake up dead.
Though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly the thing they're trying to get,
Mm-hmm. Shoot first, ask questions later. You want to join the group, you have to divvy up everything you have first. That's interesting. I want to see where this goes. I don't know if I'm interested in playing it yet. We need to see some of it. But right now we're talking about a closed beta this fall. So this game is not coming out until next year. There is some time before we hit this up. So Warzy, we'll keep our eye on it and see where it goes. Based on this picture of the game that we have in mind, what are you thinking price-wise? That you would be willing to pay for it?
I guess it really depends on
because we don't know enough about it to say whether it's good or
not. No, we don't. If they're going to start trying to charge a subscription, then I don't want to pay for it. This is right. What I think Star Wars really did wrong. If you're going to make us pay a month, or you're going to make your clients pay a monthly fee, don't charge them for the candy. If you're going to give them the longevity of the game, go ahead and charge them for the candy up front.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that hasn't been broached with this. If it's, free to play, like no subscription fees or whatever, I could see $30 or $40.
I think they have said that they're not going to be charging a subscription.
Yeah, I would like to see something like that. $30 or $40 and then free. Yeah. And I think that sounds familiar, what Welshy's saying, that they mentioned something just like that. But I want to say that I'd be willing to do free and then a whole bunch of in-game stuff, but I don't know. There's so many things that can go wrong with that because companies just don't know what they're doing. There's no standard to make it fun, that free-for-all. And then you're constantly getting these advertisements and you want to do something, you have to pay $2 here or $1 there. And there's also some studies out there that say stuff like, if I remember the numbers correctly, it's like only 4% of the people really invest a lot in these kind of games. The games that are free to get into, and then they have the in-game transactions, the microtransactions. But that 4% ends up spending a lot of money, and that's why it works out for them. And that's why you end up with all these videos everywhere of people trying to promote their game forever. 2 years before it's out. 10 years after it's out. I don't know. It all depends on the game. Okay. Another game we have... okay. This is where some of the topics start getting a little weird. Resident Evil 6. Pre-order and get yourself a an umbrella.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah. There it is. From the
That's
umbrella.
actually kind of cool.
That's part of the jacket.
Yeah, I think a jacket would be better. But see, this is the that was expensive, right? I forget what the cost of that was. I don't know if anybody would really get it unless they know the game. I mean, if I saw somebody walking around with a red and white umbrella in the rain, I'm not going to stop to notice it. No way.
Well, but that's the same as wearing like a game-related T-shirt, though.
I might notice the T-shirt more than an umbrella.
Well, yeah, because you know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Versus somebody who doesn't. That's just the exact same thing. It's like wearing a football shirt. If somebody's never seen football, they're not going to it's just going to be a shirt.
Well, this game is supposed to be hitting the consoles anyway. Now, I thought it was hitting the PC, but it's definitely hitting the consoles in November. And I think it's coming to PC, but I don't know if there's a date for that. Maybe it's a later date. If I remember right, they did a later date with the Resident Evil games for PC.
Yeah, they did.
And don't forget, Resident Evil on the PC, you know, this game is usually a slower action-type game. And they do that on purpose. So if you like that idea, fighting zombies, sort of, so to speak. Are they definitely zombies, or are they... No, they're zombies. Zombie-like. Yeah. Okay, another game out there, Orcs Must Die 2 demo is available if you want to see what that game's like. The demo is available on Steam right now. I enjoyed the first game so much. I don't know if I want to play the demo, just because some of these demos, and I'm expecting it with this game in particular, that some of the demos you end up playing, it is the beginning of the game itself. And then you just kind of like... I don't know about you, I lose interest in the game if I play the first part of the game before I buy it. And then I buy the game and I realize...
Play it again.
Yeah, one of the Far Cry games did that to me, I think it was. Or maybe it was Crysis. And I couldn't get through the game because it was like it felt like the first half of the game. I was so bored and I just couldn't do it again. That is no good.
Mass Effect 2 did a really cool thing where you would, if you played the demo to the end, it would come up with, that's right at the end, it would be like, alright, if you purchase the game, you'll be able to continue from this point.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
which is kind of cool.
That's cool. You know who else did something cool? I think it was Fear 1. The first Fear game, they created a whole, based on assets that they had, like levels and the guns and that kind of stuff. They built a level, or a few levels that were like, that grew quickly to give you a taste of what to expect without giving you too much. And it was different. It was not it was not any part of the game. It was assets of it, but, it was different. And I thought they did an excellent job with that one. I think that was my favorite of all the demos that I've played. Oh wait, we're talking about... I don't know what we're talking about. Where'd I go? Where am I? Orcs Must Die. Okay. So yeah, I thought we were still on Resident Evil 6. My head's going weird here. Alright, so... head over to Steam. You can find it there, and I think you can also get yourself like an extra 10% off or something still. Save 10% on Orcs Must Die 2 on Steam still, now. Right? Yeah. Which is a little weird, how they've been pushing this with the Steam sales, and the game's not even out. It's sort of like those movies, and if they end up on a McDonald's glass, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, got another game out there that I thought I'd show you a little bit of, called Empire, just like Imps, Empire. This is a different kind of game than we're usually talking about. It is a strategy game, and it's based around the world of Majesty. And it looks kind of interesting, and here it is. Here's that trailer that I found for it. Let's go a little bit ahead. There you go. This is not the game, this is pre-rendered stuff. Cutscenes. You know, I could have sworn that I saw something in here from the game. Maybe I just imagined it. Oh well, I just imagined it. So this is going to be one of those strategy games where you're trying to build up your forces to take over some other forces and move in like that. Okay. I just wanted to mention it because there wasn't a lot in the news. No, here we go. All right. Okay. So this is where it starts to actually get much more weird. Dead or Alive. You guys remember Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive is sort of like a fighting game. Is it like Tekken? No. What is it like?
Yeah, it's kind of like Tekken.
Okay.
So
now.
Weird.
So now if you pre-order, depending on where you pre-order it from, they want you to know that you get bunny costumes. So this is what fighting has become. Well, this is what Dead Alive is, I guess. Dead or Alive is supposed to be hot anime chicks fighting, and so now you can get them only if you pre-order in bunny outfits.
God.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much of this noise I can take.
Yeah, and am I the only one that absolutely hates fighting games?
Button
I'm not gonna
mashers.
say
Yeah.
that's what they are. Yes, they're button mashers.
Well, I shouldn't say I hate them. I just find them despicably boring.
What?
Good God.
Well, yeah. I can't put a price on what that's worth because it's not worth much. But it gets better. What I found today in the news. Let's talk about this advertisement here for a game called Farming Simulator.
Action game. So real.
We are talking about Farming Simulator.
What did that say?
Yes, that's what it said.
All right.
Yeah, so they made this all like gangster, so to speak. They're talking about
that's gotta be a
nitrous.
parody thing, sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's a parody, but you can take your tractor and roll over cars, and you can do interesting things. Hydraulics, they show something in here. It's basically a front loader lifting his front end up with the hydraulics. See, right there. Iranian nuclear soils. No, it's not. They're just silos, but... So this is for Farming Simulator 2013. Because they went out there and they updated it and made it better. Yes, this is one of those games where you have to plant your crops, and then you also have to go out there and farm it. No-scope corn. Building.
No. Fucks given. 0. Almost gave a fuck there.
Almost. Now, is that a promo for the game? I don't know.
I think this is...
The farming shop.
That's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Enough. Farming Simulator.
Or
I
you
don't know.
could go outside.
Oh, yeah.
For all you city folk that think you're missing out. Now, this game is supposed to actually be coming out on the PC in October, but it's also been announced for consoles. So yeah, you're not being left out either if you have a console. Awesome. I wonder if he can mod it. Okay.
Custom maps. Oh yeah. Custom
farms.
fields.
Yep. Okay. Another game. Well, actually, not a game. Eurogamer, specifically. Eurogamer Expo 2012 sells 20,000 tickets. Welshy, do you know how many people showed up? Wasn't it like 20,000 last year? I thought it was somewhere
don't
between
remember.
19
Yeah.
and 21 or something like that. Or
It was around that. Yeah.
So they've already sold 20,000 tickets for Eurogamer. I'm sorry to hear that you're not going, Welshy. I know you've enjoyed those shows.
Yeah. A little bit too far away now.
But you're going to get a taste of PAX in 4 weeks, which is probably going to be a few more than 20,000 people.
Yeah, like
Like 80.
200,000 more than 20,000.
Oh, yeah. But this thing is Eurogamer supposed to be going on from in London from September 27th to 30th. And I don't know if we need to get Breezy any kind of passes to go out there, but all he has to do is ask. He knows that. He's been out there with Welshy in the past.
I asked him and he was too lazy.
Oh, he's too lazy.
That doesn't surprise me.
You're just lying.
But you're welcome to
There
go,
he
Breezy.
is.
You just ask. Okay.
There you go.
We'll back you up on that. All right. I don't know what's going on at the Expo. Anything special or anything. Maybe we'll get our man on the show to talk about it. What's his name? Always running the show?
Tom Champion.
Yeah, there you go. Tom Champion. Thomas. So yeah, maybe we'll get him on the show, talk about what's happening, and we'll see what's happening. He'll tell us what kind of games, what kind of shows, what kind of things are going to be going on there. And if you're in Europe, it's one of the shows.
Yeah, if you're in the area, I'd seriously recommend going because it's an awesome. It's a really good extra.
And okay, and that's what I have in today's topics list. That's it. I know. Look at the time, and that was my topics.
Nothing else happened.
No, not a lot really happened this week, but well, not in the gaming world.
Shit happened.
But you know what? A lot of these companies are going to be holding back now because they have PAX coming up. PAX is a really big thing. Oh, you know what? You know what I haven't heard anything about? Isn't somebody else having an expo like the week before? A new expo, like Sony or something? Didn't Sony say that they were going to have their own special expo and it was going to happen like the week right before or the weekend or the few days leading up to PAX and it was going to happen somewhere in like Texas or something?
Well, isn't
Gamer, there isn't
I
know we talked about it.
QuakeCon. QuakeCon's
Is that
Texas.
the week before? I don't think that. Yeah, that is in Texas, right? But I don't think that's the week before. I think it's it does happen. I'm pretty sure in August. And Ham is going to that, and we will definitely be talking to him about the show. He's going. He's representing
Toronto's
us over there.
Gaming Expo. Yeah. Toronto's Gaming Expo is August 23rd and 6th.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Maybe.
Over 80,000 people are expected.
What? At Toronto? Okay. Whatever. That's not too close to you. You guys are closer to Seattle anyways.
Yeah, much.
Yeah.
Toronto's closer to you.
It's closer to me. And so whenever we do hit up Seattle, we will be doing recording. We do not expect to have the ability to upload our videos, but we will try. We tried it last year. It failed.
Well, we tried live last year.
Yeah. If not for Welshy's efforts, there would be nothing at all last year.
Wait, there was nothing at all last
There wasn't.
year.
There was like 30 seconds of nonsense.
Welshy's sucking out loud.
Yeah.
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 But he
Not even that,
tried.
just not even able to get it to work to suck.
Yeah. But we'll be together and doing this thing live doing a show live, talking about what's going on in the Expo. I don't know. Maybe we'll end up even doing something each day, or we'll just do a wrap-up of all the days, because it is going to be crazy if it's anything like it was last year. And we'll edit the video and post it up online as soon as we can. So
That's
you know
what
what's
it
happening.
was. GameStop Expo, San Antonio, Texas.
That's it. There it is. Thank you. I knew there was something. GameStop trying to do some sort of open to the public expo. That they're instead of making it so that
open to the
only their
public
employees
for
can go.
employees only.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's not employees only. Now it's anybody. They opened it up. All right. I knew there was something, and I thought it was funny.
Well, GameStop's humor is just not real.
Yeah, even in this week's news, the GameStop mentioned something about wanting to go more digital. Well, imagine that. More digital, huh? Who would have thunk?
That'll never catch on.
Digital. What is this digital you speak of?
I know.
We haven't heard anything like that on our dial-up internet.
Well, that's what I was saying. In my head now, there's like employees in GameStop going, "Hey, have you heard of this like new thing? You know, you can like connect to different servers around the world. Like, I think it's on the web."
The intraweb.
Yeah.
And also, I guess I could mention that, to no surprise, OnLive has decided that they're going to be supporting the UI or UA or AUI console.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That little Rubik cube size console, by the way, that's going to.
I like to think it's the noise people make when they're gonna like throw it out their window.
that what over $5 million worth of people have already jumped on
put
top
money
of it in
into
the Kickstarter.
something you haven't even that essentially doesn't even exist yet. Well
No,
done.
I'm expecting someone to turn tail and run with that.
Yeah.
Stuff they already have.
Thanks for the
There'll be
5 mil.
another Phantom
Yeah,
console.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, they are out there showing what the controller looks like, which I'm sorry, it looks cheap to me.
You know what? Foil? We're gonna get them free at PAX.
That's a good possibility, although it is a little early in the year for them to be.
I will
producing
not
that
be
much.
standing in line for it.
Last year
I
we
did
got the.
not stand in line for OnLive.
I will absolutely stand online, no doubt, because it is a free thing for me to play with. Absolutely.
You are such a tech whore.
I am. I will do it. I will. I don't regret doing it for the OnLive console that I don't have, that I kind of practically threw away, just because it was cool to get and play around with for the moment that I had it. And I gave them away. But I don't regret it.
Yeah, I was hoping that I could like hack the controller or something, get it to work.
Yeah, no.
Something other than that, but all right. Whatever.
But I will admit it was a quality controller. It felt
Yes,
good.
it was. In fact, the entire thing looked well put together. It's just unfortunately, A, service in Canada sucked. And B, I had no intention of sitting in front of my television playing a console game when I had quality PC.
Streaming over a connection that you're just not quite sure about.
Yeah.
So.
If they allow you to stream it at all, because you're only allowed to play the game if you're, a mile away from a data center or something.
Yes, exactly.
That was one of their stipulations, because they wanted to make sure you had a quality connection, a quality gameplay, and they didn't. So they meant a lot of people were excluded. Talk about an infrastructure that's important to pay for in order to make it work.
Wonder how they're doing in Asia.
Which also brings up that whole thing that's going on with Google TV. I guess I should mention that too. That Google, years ago, what was it, 5, maybe more years ago, they were going around buying up all this black fiber, is what they were calling it, black fiber. It's just fiber optics that people were no longer really using and didn't have a use for, so they're going around buying it. And then suddenly, over the past couple of years, Google's talking about how they're releasing free internet to certain towns. Kansas is, I think, one of them, and I can't remember what another one of them was, somewhere in California, that they were also going to roll some free internet out to, and just to see what it was going to be like, see whether or not it could be sustainable as far as like an advertising and free kind of thing going on that way. And now they're talking, or there's some screenshots, and they're talking about how Google is going to be rolling out TV which I think is kind of awesome. I'll get to that why in a minute. How they're going to be rolling out TV over this fiber optic cabling to these places, which I wish it was more. Now, they are getting real channels. They're getting real channels in this TV, and we're talking about a menu system that is nice and easy to work with, because we're talking about Google, who does some nice interfaces when they have a reason to do what they want to do. And I am excited about the idea that Google is going to be rolling out competition to these other companies that are offering us TV that I can't get any competition with. You know, right now I can go out there and I can get this Cablevision, which I have right now, and then I can go out and get satellite TV, and that's it. That's it. So I want competition so that I can tell Cablevision that your menu systems and your availability of online access and stuff like that is crap, and you should do better. All right.
Sorry, Welshy.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty funny story. Just walking in, like coming in from work, and just. So guess what we're doing tomorrow?
Are you talking about that now?
Yeah, I still don't know. Like they're supposed to call us, and they didn't. So
Well, tell them. Welshy is going to be on TV in the movies.
Well,
Supposed to
say
be.
it like that, because now
It's an
if they don't...
extra in a porn movie.
That's what I asked him. Does he have to keep his pants on?
I'm gonna be delivering the pizza today.
But he's going to be. He does. And how did you find out about this? And don't just say your roommate.
Craigslist.
There you go.
Legitimate.
That's it. He is going to be an extra in a movie that his roommate found an offer on through Craigslist.
Isn't
Talk
that
about
how
shady.
Get raped and
that
murdered.
one killer was that there was a killer, a serial killer that did that. Lure you to some shady garage and kill and dismember you.
Yes, remember in Canada they want your feet.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's a very creepy thing, because in Vancouver there's feet in shoes washing up on the beach all the time.
Right? That's why it's so awful.
That's pretty creepy. I don't know what the hell
That
that's
is.
all about.
I don't know. That's awful.
Where's
All
the
right.
rest of these people?
Okay. Do you guys have
Someone's
anything
got to
else?
be complaining about missing feet. Like, seriously.
No.
Somebody has noticed.
Somebody's not walking around talking about how they're missing feet. Yes. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
PAX is coming up in 1 month. I have extra passes. I believe Foyle has one extra pass.
I do.
Welshy has one extra pass. Anybody that needs passes, you know how to get a hold of us. Admin at MODSonline, and because it is sold out.
If you are a fan of the MODSonair show and you show up at PAX and let us know ahead of time that you're coming by mailbag at MODSonair or hit us up on the Twitter, I think we'd be willing to give you a pass so that you go with us. But anybody else,
Oh,
you're
and now
just
you're
somebody
gonna
who's
start
walking
riot.
off the street, then we'll give you a good deal. But don't delay, because we're going to be hitting
We'll
up.
love you long time.
We'll probably. There's a good possibility that we're going to be hitting these things, putting these on eBay or something like that, if nobody lets us know that they're really coming.
Yeah. I just don't want them to go to waste.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Not in this to be a scalper.
No.
But I'm going to make some money. Because you game people will pay anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm joking, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And Batman dies.
I do need a new TV.
All right. So
It's
I'm gonna.
twice.
I'm gonna wrap this up, but know that at the end I've got a special video.
Uh,
That's
Yes.
right.
And see, we've finished early, so you can watch the whole video.
Yes, so we're going to be able to play the whole video for you.
The surprise ending is awesome.
Okay, so I want to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Stryder, thank you very much for joining us today.
Always an adventure.
Welshy, thank you very much for joining us and posting the show notes as we went along.
No problem.
Awesome. And finally, I want to thank you, yes you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making this show possible. We'll be back next week. Tune in. We'll have something to talk about, I swear.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@MODSonair.com. And please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
I gotta watch the volume.
Oh, dear God.
You know what's awesome? Is this doesn't change. The most annoying ringtone ever.
I know, I was thinking about doing that, putting that on my phone. I want to answer it really fast.
Grind time couldn't take it. Seriously does go on. Look at Welshy's face. It's like,
we're about a quarter of the way through.
I think my ears have been raped.
Yeah, but you know, as you listen to it, you're like, you can kind of take it after a while.
No, no, you can't.
For the whole show.
And it doesn't get stuck in your head. Really.
It's the theme song to hell.
It's going to be our new theme song. We're going to open it with it next week.
New intro. Yeah, I had enough of this when I listened to it. It's an Asian porn soundtrack.
We're about halfway
It's one
through
of these
now.
songs where if you play it forwards, it's a message to the devil.
Yes. See, now you've listened to it long enough. Now you're kind of like, you know, I could have this as a ringtone, couldn't I?
No, I couldn't.
And if you find this thing on YouTube, the guy actually talks about how he wants to make a 10-hour version of this. If he can figure out how to put that on YouTube. I wonder what he did to make this, because the notes look like they kind of follow what's going on.
He's made a custom song.
Oh, you can do that with Guitar Hero, right? You can't do that with Rock Band.
Right. And the difference is the notes are rounder. Guitar Hero. It is. That's the graphical difference. See, you had to put this on endless loop, well, and we can have this as the background music for when we chat. Yay! It's over.
So it sounds like a really shit version of Cats, the musical.
Cats the musical.